Hi love, my name is Katie, if you don't know that already, and today I'm going to share with you a practice for longevity. In Tantra Yoga, this practice is called Pawanmuktasana, which is the series for the total liberation of energy. And it works by paying special attention and love to each of the joints, working through the whole body. And this is a practice that's also done in Tai Chi, in Qigong. Many different cultures all have this awareness of how important it is to look after our bone structure. And that allows the whole rest of our body to move more easily with less pressure, less tension, and just to generally free up our energy. So Pawanmuktasana, the total liberation of energy. We're going to start from our toes and go all the way up to our head. So if you'd like to stretch your legs out in front of you, and you may want to sit up on a cushion of some description, just to lift your hips up a little bit if you're finding it difficult to sit out with the legs in front. And then from here, first of all, we're going to just work with the toes. I've got my socks on here because it's a little bit chilly. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the toes up towards the face. And as we exhale, curling just the toes round. So we're not working with the feet here, we're just working with the toes. Inhaling to lift the toes up, exhaling to curl round. And just moving at the pace of your breath. So a nice smooth inhale, maybe through the nose as you lift the toes up. And a nice smooth exhale as you curl the toes round, either out through the nose or out through the mouth. So we'll do about 2 more of these. Beautiful. So now we're going to work a little bit more with the feet, and we're going to start by bringing the toes together as much as possible. So we're trying to turn the pinky toes in towards each other, and then we're going to turn them all the way out as if the pinky toes could come up towards the face. So you might exhale as you bring the toes together, and inhale as you open up to the sides, exhaling to close. Beautiful. Let's move to the ankles now. So you might want to take the legs just a tiny bit wider so you've got room. And we'll start by going inwards. So seeing if we can keep the toes at the same level, just breathing naturally, smoothly. And taking it round the other way. Moving up to the knees now, we're going to start by just giving them a little massage. So there's loads of acupressure points that can hold tension in our knees, and when we give them a little press, it can literally release the muscle fibers, release the tension, and actually help to bring some energy and blood flow all throughout the joint, So just intuitively feeling here. And the key to this practice is that it's not just physical movement. We're not just moving the joints around. We're using our focus and our intention to send loving energy to all of the joints, send healing energy, whatever that means for you. You might visualize golden light shining bright in your knees. Or you might be able to tap into a feeling of love in your heart and really send that down to your knees. So just intuitively, whatever feels right here. And then, taking one leg at a time, we'll keep one leg straight and keep the toes coming up towards the face. And that's just going to really help to activate and pull up the spine. And then with the other leg, we're just going to slide it in towards us as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're sliding it away. So if you just want to work on the knee and the hip mobility here, you can keep the heel on the ground. But if you would like a little bit of a stronger practice, you can lift the heel and keep it above the ground. So you're just working a little bit in the pelvis and in the thigh, even in the stomach, the abdomen, to build up a little bit of strength in the hip, which is really important as well, strength and flexibility. Let's do one more and then take it to the other side. So there's nothing super fancy here, it's really simple. Just gentle movements and using the power of our mind to really send opening, loving, healing energy to each and every joint. You might even just imagine smiling down to the joint and noticing how that little smile creates a sense of ease in the body and just makes it a little easier to move. So coming back to the other leg now, we're going to move into the hip. And you can hold anywhere on the leg you can reach comfortably. So it might be the foot, just anywhere you can hold, or you might be able to bring it all the way in like you're cradling a baby. So it really doesn't matter how close to you can get it. All we're wanting to do is open up this hip a little bit. So wherever you can hold, it might look a little bit more like this. And again, we're activating through the toes on the straight leg, creating a bit of stability. Making sure we're taking some nice smooth breaths. Let's take it to the other side. So just sliding the knee up and holding wherever you can. Just trusting that things will get a little bit more juicy with time. And you can move really slowly here if that feels better. Or if you feel like you want to bring a little bit of energy in, you can move a bit faster. So just listening to your body and what you need today. Very nice. So if you haven't already sat up on a cushion, this may be the moment to grab one if you found that it's difficult to keep your back straight. And we're just going to take the legs out a little wider. So this one is called Chaki Chalasana, which is the mill grinding pose, but I like to think of it as stirring my cauldron. So again, we're going to really activate through the toes, activate through the feet. It doesn't matter if the knees are slightly bent here, that's completely fine, just whatever's comfortable for you. And then we're going to just stir the cauldron. So the idea of this is we're creating fluidity in the pelvis. And it's up to you. You can move in really small circles here and slowly make your way out to bigger circles where you're reaching all the way forward with the hands. And you can do this one really slowly, stretching into every part. Or if you'd like to bring a little bit of energy and to move some tension through, it can feel good to move a little quicker as well. So again, just really feeling into and listening to what your body is wanting today. And now after your next exhale, take one more in this direction. And then we'll take it round the other way. So again, you might start with small circles and then just explore what feels good for you. And if you'd like to bring the breath into it, you can exhale as you come forward, inhale as you come back, keeping the toes nice and active. And after your next exhale, doing one more. Wonderful. So we're going to come to standing now. So you can gently bring your legs together. You might want to give them a little bit of a wobble. And then swing the toes round behind you. Tuck the toes under. Walking the hands back. And then walking the hands up the legs. Slowly rolling up. Feeling supported, hopefully, as the spine stacks up and up. So from here, we're going to come into a movement called Dao Yin Su in Tai Chi or Qigong, or it comes under the Shakti Bandhas in Tantra Yoga, so the poses that unlock our power. So we're feeling into this lower part of the body and releasing tension in the hips, the thighs, the lower back. Again, you might want to start in small circles, gradually making your way out to nice big circles. And the idea here is that we're really leaning into those lines of tension. And hopefully it's feeling really good to stretch that out. If you're feeling pain at any point, just make the movement a little smaller. So if anything's a little twingy, then just make your circles a little bit smaller. But if it's feeling good, just breathing deeply, nice long inhales and exhales. And after your next exhale, take one more in this direction. And when you get to the front, you can take it the other way. Maybe starting small and making your way out to larger circles. Listening to your body. Maybe even turning up the corners of your mouth and smiling down to your beautiful pelvis. Keeping your feet really nicely pressed into the ground beneath you. Distributing the weight evenly. And after your next exhale, taking one more in this direction. And let's come back to center. So now we're just going to come into a little bounce and shake. Again, this is an opportunity just to allow your whole body to release any tension down to the earth. You might visualize or feel Mama Earth taking on all of that tension that doesn't belong to you, that you don't need. And she's very good at receiving and recycling that energy, so you don't need to worry about it. Just allowing that all to go down into the earth beneath you. And seeing if you can get a little bounce going on in your shoulders as well. So we'll be here for about 10 breaths. Nice big inhales through the nose, and maybe even letting out a sigh through the mouth. And then notice, is there any areas in your body where you're still holding tension? So maybe you want to flick out the hands a little bit. Maybe you're squeezing your bum a little bit tight, so allow your booty and your thighs to jiggle a little. And with these last few breaths, you might want to shake out one foot and then the other. Wonderful. Alrighty, so moving up to opening up the ribs in Tai Chi. This is called iron ribs. So we're going to start by placing the fingertips on the shoulders. And we're going to do some nice big rotations, just doing what you can here. If this doesn't feel available, you can just bring the hands as close to the shoulders as you can and stretch open like this. And the idea is that the elbows come as close together as possible and the shoulder blades come as close together as possible. So we're really exploring the full range of movement in the shoulders here. Breathing in as we come up and open up. And breathing out as we come down. So we'll just do about 2 more. And then we'll take it in the opposite direction. So as we inhale, we squeeze the shoulder blades together and up. And as we exhale, forward and down. And maybe doing 1 more in this direction. And just letting the hands relax for a little bit. I always like to do a couple of shoulder rolls back to get my shoulders to relax down my back. And then again, when you're ready, we'll bring the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. And this time we're reaching the elbows all the way back behind. So you'll see that my hands are reaching down as flat as possible. And again, if you can't touch your back here, it doesn't matter. Just as far as you can is all good. And as you breathe in, you're reaching up, maybe reaching 1 elbow up at a time, creating as much space as possible in the rib cage. And as you breathe out, just relaxing the shoulders down the back. Take a couple more breaths like that, breathing in to create spaciousness. And breathing out to relax. 1 more just like that. And then keeping the tension in the shoulders until you release. And breathe out. Now coming to the wrists. We're going to rotate in 1 direction. Seeing if you can follow the hands, so the hands are moving at the exact same pace. And taking it the other way. Remembering the power of this practice in many ways is in your mental focus. So is it possible to smile into every joint? Wonderful. And then let's stretch the hands as much as possible. Take a few breaths like that. Inhaling to stretch, exhaling to relax. Very nice. And finally, we'll come to the neck. So as you reach up with the crown of your head, you reach down with the balls of the feet and you feel the lower back and the spine just relaxing down towards the earth as well. Creating a little micro bend in the knees so the knees aren't locking back. And from here, you'll just tilt the head to one side, exhaling as you do so. And with your next inhale, coming to center, exhaling down to the other side. Returning to center. And this time, sticking the chin out as far as you can, like a turtle. And then turning the head from side to side. Nice, smooth breaths. Coming back to center. And then just taking any intuitive little stretches or movements, just for about 5 breaths, seeing where your body wants to move. If there's anything that feels like it needs a little wobble or breathe into. Wonderful. So let's bring our left hand to our heart and our right hand just below the belly button. And we'll take a few breaths here. Just maybe feeling some of that good energy from Mama Earth. And that beautiful energy from the sun, the moon and the stars up in the heavens. Coming into the body with each inhale and settling in the body with each exhale. Noticing as you're standing here that you're lifting up out of the knees, out of the ankles, lifting up out of the hips. And the shoulders relax down the back, slight micro bend in the knees. And it's as though the crown of the head is being pulled up to the heavens. And then the hips are like a chandelier, just hanging down loosely. And you can tell your body to relax everything that's not needed to keep you standing. So just for a few breaths now, you might even want to relax your hands down by your sides and just come into what in Tai Chi and Qigong is called standing meditation, where we find alignment in our body. Technically speaking, if we have perfect alignment in our bones, then our muscles shouldn't need to do anything. So seeing if you can find a place where all of the joints feel relaxed and like they're stacked on top of one another. Telling yourself that you're as light as a feather. It's not necessary to dump your energy into the ground, but you can lift yourself up, lightening your energy body. And it is my hope that you take that lightness and love and smiling into the rest of your day, wherever you may be. And I'm sending you so much love. Our practice is complete.